Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Luce, and tonight I'm, playing more Rival Wings PvP. And I forgot to disable that. Whoops. I'll be sure to do it next time, but for the moment, we're just gonna dive right in. Right, I got the dailies done, so don't have to worry about that. We're just gonna head right into Hidden Gorge. You might notice I have a new sword. But I redid the glams for my samurai a bit, so hopefully it looks a little nicer. I still do like the katana of the round, but... Well, this is the Seiryu katana. Yeah, Seiryu's Sanctified Katana. I think it fits the black, blue, and gold outfit I've got going here, so... It doesn't show up quite as much as the katana of the round, but it still has a nice glow to it and fits the color theming, so hey, I figure worth a go. So I'm doing this, I could deactivate the browser source. Let's see here. This is under extensions, so let me disable that for now. Alright, there we are. Ah, it popped just in time. Uh, Actually, I could go with Red Mage. Let's go with Red Mage, in fact. Yeah, I'll start with Red Mage here and keep going that later then. Cerulean tank, so we definitely all want to go mid as soon as possible. Exarchic Guillotine. Blue Spirit and Exarchic gear always looks pretty nice. Darn, I was hoping to hit, but I didn't. There we are. There. That should make life a little rough for the enemy team. That Dragoon probably should get a... Okay, good, we won mid. Oh yeah, we already got some good soaring stacks. But remember, just because we've won mid doesn't mean we've won the game yet. That poor summoner. We only need 4 people in here, but I guess it wouldn't hurt in case someone gets pulled off. Because you absolutely can use pull or push skills to remove someone from an objective. I'd say it works in Team Fortress 2, but I think people were doing it even before then, like Quake and stuff, because Team 2 itself was indeed a Quake mod to begin with, if I remember right. So yeah, it's a concept that's been part of multiplayer PvP games for a while now. It is in no way a new invention. Might as well grab these to max out the CE, the ceruleum. There we are. We got the magical barrier. Just, forgot to put the, I swear I'll remember one of these days to put in streamer mode before the stream begins. Guess I might as well help south, it looks like, since the enemy oppressor is there. And those destroy the towers way too easily. Yeah, the idea with Red Mage is to strategically swap between the more supportive white magic mode and versus the more offensive dark magic mode. There we are. Enemy oppressor down. Crap, the other red mage got me. Well, our machines are here, our mechs are here, so we're in good shape, I think. Alright, it looks like we need to help escort our oppressor to the enemy base. After that damage, they probably should just dismount. There we are. Enemy white mage taken out, and that means this platform is ours. Gobby Juice is the least helpful, but increases soaring and all that, so... I don't think anyone's going to contest us for this. Soaring level up. Oh, they have their own oppressor up north. I should stop that. Yeah, their oppressor's going to be doing a lot of damage to us if I don't stop it, so let's get over there. Here we are. Here we are. Oh, the Merc's coming up soon. Very soon, in fact. Alright, let's go get the Mercenary. There we are. Allied him almost immediately. If nothing else, that's a problem the enemy has to worry about that we don't anymore. And don't let the creeps get very far. They deal their full damage even if they die at 1 even if they explode at 1 HP, so... Yeah, I don't deal much damage to buildings, but, you know, every bit counts. There we are. Good run to start off the night. Die another day. For a challenge. Emerge victorious 50 times. Let's see here. Alright, the mount is at 100 wins. Probably should use it to give experience to my samurai a bit. I've been recording the Laporit tribal quest thing a bit separately, since I've been getting in the way of it. Since it takes a decent amount of time, but also, I wasn't sure if I wanted to stream it first, so I just record them separately. Granted, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already saw that I've uploaded those. I'm not sure if I'll do for the Omicron quest, but I've been using up most of my allowances for the tribal quests lately to level various jobs, so I haven't had enough to spare for that one. I'll have to do it on my own. But I might record it, if people like it, I mean. Now, let me grab some of my drink before we start here, then. Ah, and this time I did remember to unmute right away. And not a moment too soon, because we're about to start. That's Cerberus mount. I think that's a cash shop mount. Gob tank. Ooh, that's a really good one to win mid if we can. I'd like to get this on our team for our team right away. am I doing? I actually really contribute well as red mage to the mid fight, so let's do that. Excellent. Hello, summoner. Oh yeah. Oh. I hit the wrong button. I hit my debuff instead of my heal. I guess not a big deal in the end, but yeah. Looks like the mid fight's actually going to be pretty strong. Oh, actually, it looks like we lost the mid fight. Was able to get a good amount of kills, but that was about as far as it goes. Crap, yeah, they're going after us. Ugh, they got the good one right away. Well, I guess I'd best gather ceruleum for our team's mechs. That's a lot of enemies I don't want to deal with. I don't want to waste my limit break, but if he tries to attack me, I will do so. Here we go. I got 50 ceruleum for our team. Guess I'd best get us a bit more, just so that when we lose, we can just mount up again immediately. Our oppressors are there to help. I should probably help out up here. Or I can miss completely. Oh, we already have 100, so I don't need to grab that. Well, I did what I could. Clockwork when the heroes run down, functionality will cease and HP will drop. I guess so that people can't just abuse ignoring it or something. Oh, there's their oppressor. Yeah, this isn't looking good for us. Whoa, they dropped 2 Bahamut's on me at once. No wonder I died instantly. I should probably start getting more, ceruleum. Already 50. Well, won't hurt to get a bit of a surplus. Kind of wasted the limit break, but hey, he wasted his on me. Hopefully that was clever, switching to white magic mode so that I'd get healed from the limit break when it landed. Yeah, cure potency. Really, I can't jump over that. Whatever. There we are. I probably shouldn't have lived in that fight, but that's what happens. Right, I need to stop this enemy oppressor. No, that's a brute justice. That's even worse. Oops. I jumped off to try and get away, but then it immediately jumped. I was hit it, land on the geyser, and it sent me right back up. Well, I took out brute justice, but they still have some oppressors I need to take care of, so let's get rid of those, shall we? Oh, one's trying to go mid. Clever. Just gather more cerulean while I have a moment here. Yeah, looks like the South team has access to the Merc. Yeah, they had to fight for it, but they won. Alright, yeah, that's helping. Here comes their brute justice. Probably shouldn't have wasted my limit break on the bard, but... Wow, that was an instant death. Yeah, their brute justices are going, Yeah, we definitely want a gob tank. We definitely need to capture mid. A gob tank on our side would be absolutely huge at this rate. Well, we won, and that's what matters. This gob tank will do a lot to press our advantage. Well, yeah, their brute justices are going deep, working defense, but if they're not pushing hard enough, they're not going to get any progress. We've got this. Darn it, the brute justice got me. Guess I should really get some more ceruleum. He used his can't die ability. Oh, he died from fall damage. Huh. I did not realize that would... when usually the Dark Knight ultimate prevents you from dying, but I guess it only prevents you from dying to actual attacks. Cerulean tank. Ah, we won. Nice. See if I can get a shot here. That's a pretty good shot, I think. Having a lot more luck with Red Mage than I was with Samurai, that's for sure. Still want to do some rounds with Samurai, but... well, I guess the win streak says otherwise. Plus, I guess it helps that Samurai is pure melee. It's stronger, but it's pure melee, while Red Mage has some options. Yeah, I pretty much just need to farm as many of these tomes as I can. That's part of why I'm doing this. Another is, well, as long as this tomes event is going on, people actually play the MOBA mode here. Sadly, people don't really play it if it's not currently... if there's no Moogle tome event active, so... well, whatever. Plus, each win brings me closer and closer to that mount. It's not a big deal, but it is nice. I don't have too many particularly rare ones. I guess the ones from the events are notable, because the Yokai Watch event, it's returned a few times, but it's not going on right now, and it's not as universal as the Garo mount. Gob Tank. Now, this one we definitely want. But as the last one shows, just because you can get the Gob Tank once doesn't mean you're going to get it. Doesn't mean you win, so... oh, dang. The line AoE hit a bunch of enemies, but... yeah, it looks like we lost mid, unfortunately. Yeah, that went very poorly. Let me just hurry up and recover here real quick. Come here. Oh, cerulean tank. Don't mind if I do. How is that in range? Yeah, if this our side is already their side, I think this might be lost. Well, we have our oppressors online. Yeah, you can have that, Mr. Enemy Summoner. Alright, yeah, these tanks are just here for no other reason than to deny people the ceruleum. I don't remember what warriors do, but gunbreakers absolutely do actually have some decent burst. Granted, they won't be doing much once that burst is down, but casters don't exactly have good HP, so I wouldn't get your hopes up of make easy survival. I'm letting him distract me too much. Just get some more ceruleum tanks so that we can get some more robots deployed. I don't think anyone's gonna try and compete for the Gobby juice, but the free soaring level might be worth it. And no one may care about it, but it's still a level of soaring. Plus, if anyone just used their limit break, they're about to get it back. I see what I need to kill next. Should probably put this on the hotbar or something. I don't use it too much, but I definitely need to help stop this push. Yeah, I couldn't move any at all. Couldn't move or react in any way. Yeah, those two are really low on HP. I should have finished him, damn it. Oh! Welcome, Damien. Welcome, everyone. I'm just farming PvP mode in Final Fantasy XIV right now. And it's going a little badly, but it was going well earlier. Let's watch out for that horde of enemies. Line. You were doing Breath of Fire 4, weren't you? I hope you had a good time. That summoner was in the elephant costume. Yeah, it's a little chaotic right now. I'm playing Rival Rings right now, which is basically a MOBA-like PvP mode. And I do believe we have enemies here in our base, so... Jungle Lane and other mobile words. Indeed. It's pretty nasty, but I've played actual MOBAs in the past, so even when people try to get nasty in this mode, let's just say it doesn't compare. Been mostly playing it as Red Mage and Samurai. I like the outfits I have for my Samurai and Red Mage. Might as well go with Samurai a bit. It's actually been pretty quick to get queued up for runs tonight. I guess a lot of people are doing it since the current event gives you some good stuff for doing it. Which is good, since people usually don't play this mode, unfortunately. Not sure to explain why I like this and MOBAs like it. I guess it is kind of like an episodic RPG in of itself, where you level up and set up a build. Although in this case, it's more that you, instead of getting items, you get mechs for your team. And how you do that determines the strategy you generally go with. Let's go with a melee job this time. Or... Actually, if we're gonna go for the mid-fight, it might be good for me to go Red Mage. Samurai is, of course, pure melee, but Red Mage has some options in exchange for not being quite as powerful. Let's see here. Blue and... I guess the best way to compare the loading station in the middle there would be, if you played Heroes of the Storm, it's kind of like those objectives. It doesn't technically win you automatically, but it does give your team a noteworthy advantage that can make winning easier. Alright, so the winner of the mid this time will get a Goblin tank to help out. Sounds good to me. Might be good to grab some of these fuel for our mechs. Red Maid switches between white magic mode and black magic mode. Basically, black magic focuses on debuffs and damage over time, while white magic mode focuses on support and crap. Support and shields. Let's get, alright, let me, yeah, I'm out of MP. That's bad. I think we may have lost mid. That's just kind of a guess. Also, maybe it was just me, but it looked like their entire team was tanks. There's a couple taunt abilities, but by and large, tanks are mostly for crowd control and distractions, as opposed to, well, damage dealers who are meant to, well, kill. There we are. I took care of him, so I don't need to worry there. Let's see here. I can't deal much damage to towers, but hey, every bit counts. And here's their gob tank. Red mages still have their signature double cast ability, don't worry. They make up for less raw power by having the ability to just outright spam magic. There we go. That could have been dangerous. I love the twinkle toes running animation Red Mage has. There we are. Oh crap. Mechs. The cruise chaser like this guy specializes in damaging players. The big fat oppressor ones are better at destroying buildings, and later on you get ones that are good at both. Ah. Maybe I'll play a bit of Gunbreaker later just to show that off, because that one's actually pretty neat. If anyone's played Final Fantasy VIII, Gunbreakers do get, in PvP, do get the ability to draw Injunction from enemies and allies alike. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, someone in the game chat is saying this feels like we're against a 24-player pre-made, and that almost feels like the case. These guys are oddly coordinated for, you know, a random group of players. Wow, I've not been in a one-sided match like this for a while. Let's give Samurai a go, and, well, I guess for next round, huh? Well, our team did what we could, given the enemy was oddly coordinated. Well, it's not impossible to go up against pre-mades like that. Alrighty, well, no problem. This is another thing I like about MOBAs. No matter how badly you get wrecked in one match, it means absolutely nothing for the next. You simply start fresh each and every time. So, it's best not to let... yeah, it sucks to lose, especially when it's several in a row, but it won't impact your future games. You just have to take a step back if you have to, and go in completely fresh. If I remember right, this katana is from the Seiryu fight against Seiryu. I like my outfit. I've tweaked it a bit over the years, but I don't know, I guess it's just kind of simple but effective. I've also been trying to get back to regular samurai and PvE a bit, since I've been playing melee jobs a bit more in this game than I usually do. Usually I prefer mages, and that includes, you know, stuff like Red Mage. Especially since, as you saw, Red Mage is pretty good at melee combat, despite being magic specialist, so that's always fun. Gob tank, we definitely have to head right to mid first. Samurai, the only melee job with a casting bar. But in return, you deal a lot of damage. I'd best get some ceruleum to charge up the team. Basically, the CE meter, you want to fill that as much as possible, because that's used to deploy robots. No point in trying to fight a paladin, they're not going to die anytime soon, but nor will they kill you anytime soon. Yes. Oh yeah, the Samurai Limit Break. My ultimate is heavy damage in a line towards a marked target. But if the enemy has damaged me while my shield here is up, I can use it and they will instantly die. Oh, Marksman Spite. Marksman Spite is the Machinist's ultimate. They just nuke you for heavy damage. Simple and yet very effective. Still, I can be a big help to my team by collecting a ceruleum. Losing mid early on sucks, but it's nothing you can't recover from. I've seen plenty of matches where we lose mid and then still win, or win mid and then still lose. It does suck to lose that Gob tank, though. That's arguably one of the better ones. Hello, Mr. Bard. Yeah, as you can see, absolute nuke power. Of course, I have absolutely no range whatsoever, so... It's a trade-off. Let's see, is there anything in here? No, there's not. Hello, enemy red mage. Ooh, alright, limit break time. How is that not an instant kill buff on him? Crap, his buddies arrived. Yeah, I can't let myself get caught up with a fight like that. As soon as he ran away, I should have legged it. That's pretty good advice in general, though. Don't overcommit. Those are tanks. I don't want to deal with them if I can avoid it. Especially now when my limit break is down. Crap, I don't think we can stop the Goblin Mercenary from being put to the red team's side. Guess I'll just do what I can and collect as many cerulean tanks as possible so that our team can get some mechs going. That's another thing I like about MOBAs. There are plenty of ways to assist your team that aren't direct combat related. I mean, you will have to eventually, but you can also be strategic, especially during earlier parts of the match. Although, granted, it also helps that these games are like 20 minutes tops, and that's assuming it's a perfectly... And it's only that long if it remains perfectly even for an extended period of time. Most of the time, it's even less than that. I should probably back up this person. Cerulean tank. Yeah, I need to get more cerulean for my team. We already spent a lot of it. I think it's about 50 cerulean for a mech, so I need to make sure I have at least a minimum required amount. Gobby Juice, the enemy, if I'm lucky, the enemy team will be ignoring it because it's not a very high valued... Okay, never mind, there's two there. I can't fight that. Sometimes the enemy team ignores it entirely since Gobby Juice is the least helpful to the crew, but... There we go. We're level 6 out of a cap of 20, but... We're pretty far behind. Sure, I can do other stuff like gather cerulean to raise my level a bit, but... The only one of our teams is Alliance D at level 10, but... I probably don't want to mess with the Black Mage too much. Yeah, nothing I could do there. Merc is north. Alright, guess I'll have to stop it. Oh no, it hasn't been gotten yet. Guess I can do something to try and help. We already got our oppressor going though, so... Still need to get more cerulean. How long until the Merc's back up? Half a minute. Afflatus Misery is a white mage spell, so I gotta be careful here. 10 seconds until the goblin's deployed. Looks like summoners here. And a dragoon. Okay, good. We got him on our side. There we go. I finished him off with my limit break. Mechs get priority over absolutely anything else. Those are the ones that win and lose games. Wow, this red mage really doesn't like me. Yeah, I can't go that far into their base. Nah. If I'm lucky, the Dark Knight will overextend a bit, but more than likely, I'm gonna have to try and do this the hard way. Yeah, he might try and stop us, but... The Dark Knight's limit break is they get reduced to 1 HP. They can't be dropped below 1 HP for a little duration. And more importantly, they deal damage based on the amount of HP they lost, so... What is this guy doing? I guess that's some damage, even if not much. That's a good question. How they even get line of sight? Looks like the Brute Justice is over there, so... Actually, never mind. I need to get Ceruleum. Our team doesn't have a mech deployed, and we are missing the Ceruleum to do so. Crap, that Starburst means they're max level. Okay, good. We're max level now. Oh, that's why they're so busy trying to protect me. Their oppressor is here. It's worth eating my limit break if I can get these guys before they reach our base. Hard to believe most of this thing's damage is from me. There we go. Yeah, those guys, the Cruise Chasers finished him. Good. That could have been very, very dangerous if we didn't notice them in time. As I said, those big oppressor guys are specifically for destroying the towers and core. In other words, the main objectives. I believe that was the ninja's limit break. The ninja, I believe, assassinate instantly kills any target below a certain HP threshold. And if they succeed in that instant kill, they get their ability refreshed. So quite nice. Quite nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, that beam instantly kills you if you're a squishy job like Red Mage was. And of course, these guys have escorts. Ouch, yeah, it's over, unfortunately. Series all up. Not bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, basically each season you get a handful of rewards like mini emotes, some stuff to make custom portraits, and lots of fun stuff. Might also try something with Gunbreaker. Sadly, in the PvE modes, you don't get Drawn Junction, I don't think. No, you don't. Super Bullet Warning, oh yeah. Every tank has a can't die skill, and the one for Gunbreaker is hilarious out of context. Reduces HP to 1, and you become capable of dying for 10 seconds. It sounds a lot worse than it is, because they actually do have some self-healing and stuff. Oh, right. I guess I can give it a go, just to show it off. As I said, they can draw in Junction, like in Final Fantasy VIII, so that's always nice. I like my outfit for the tank setup. The Nier raids giving leather overcoats to everyone was really, really nice for outfits. I did get the nine-tailed fox mount. Let me just show that off. Kamui of the Nine Tails. It's not too hard to get the big primal mounts for older expansions, but it does require a bit of a commitment. Or in the case of this tome event, grind, which I guess is basically the same, still a kind of commitment. Main cerulean tank. Yeah, I'm probably gonna want that, but first, no, someone else already got that. Guess I'll grab this one real quick then. Junction him. There we are. I junction him. Yeah. Yeah, tanks being able to survive stuff no one else can is still absolutely true in this mode, too. Let's see here. Yeah, if I junction DPS, I of course get Blasting Zone here. Some good burst damage. A healer, of course, would give me a heal, while... crap. Wow. Guess we lost mid there. While if I junction a tank, I just get a mitigation skill. I can also junction allies if I want a specific skill for any reason. Or if I don't target anyone, I can junction myself. Hilarious as that is. But it's good for good for an instant damage block skill. Yeah, we might as well just escort our oppressor if we are going to let them have mid, because at least this way they're a bit distracted, you know? And as I said, Gunbreakers are actually capable of really good burst damage. It's just that once it's all gone, it's a little harder to appreciate. The Limit Break has put a stacking debuff for damage, so it can help, but... yeah, that can instantly kill a lot of jobs. Alright, let's get out of here. Standard issue Elixir. Full heal. Now, we absolutely need to get rid of these robots. Especially that, in particular, that oppressor. Of course, the fact tanks can take so much more punishment than everyone else also means they're good for distractions. Alright, let's get the Merc if we can. There we are. Now Galbi is almost lost. Oh dear. Balls. Yeah, that was stupidity on my part. I let that Dark Knight outside distract me, and as a result we lost the Merc. By itself, not a huge deal, but it means, we got a lot going on. The Oppressor down here is very clearly about to go after a core. I need to stop it. Now. Oh, and the gunblade I'm using is the Hades gunblades. Hello, enemy red mage. Yeah, I should really focus on these minions more than the actual players. They might need some help over on the point, so... Alright then, well, 4 people will just cap it that much quicker. Gobby Juice isn't a big deal, but let's be honest here, everyone getting a level up is absolutely required at this point. Our levels are just too far behind. There we go, 5 stacked from that. There we are. It was a damage race, and we lost. Unfortunate. Alright, before we go on, let me grab a sip of my drink. Yeah, still, even if we don't win a single other match tonight, I managed to get a few wins early on. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. Now I've jinxed it. Now we're gonna lose. But yeah, I should be doing some more as a gunbreaker here, just for some practice. Ah, always annoying when my ear itches. Rabbit ears, especially, will be absolutely huge. So there's a lot of ear to itch. I'll be juice. That's probably the least priority one, so I can ignore it, I guess. I can go after it if I want, but I don't think anyone else is going to. I've already junctioned the damage dealer ability. I think I'm in good shape. Oh, you wanna go? No, he's just forget him. He's just distracting me. I need to focus on cerulean tanks. I see one in the distance. It's a bit more into enemy territory, which is a little concerning, but... Oh, one of us already got it. Well, if no one else wants it, I don't see a reason to say no. Darn, that didn't do much. Oh well. The Gunbreaker Limit Break is really kind of tricky to work with. As you saw, it's a constant AoE that puts a debuff on enemies that stacks and slowly increases the damage they take. But I can also be stunned out of it, or well, kind of. Point is, as you can see, I can be killed in the middle of it. And I also can't act. It's a channeled ability, so I can't do anything else while it's active. So it's a bit tricky to get the most out of it. ceruleum. There we are. Slowly getting us more ceruleum. Back up. Robotic power mech up. I'll just let him have that. Where's the goblin merc? Yeah, Southern Voice of Deployment. So yeah, the goblin merc's gonna be up soon. I need to be ready. I should also junction ally if that becomes useful. Yeah, junction him. There we are. Now I have the DP. Huh. Guess I was too far away. Oh, whatever. Crap, there's a bunch of enemies here. Yeah, I delayed him best I could, but there's just too many enemies. Still, it's a balance. I can't just sit on my limit break forever. But at the same time, using it wastefully just makes things harder for everyone, including me. Well, harder for my team and easier for the enemy, I guess. Oh yeah, it still goes even while I'm stunned. Gob tank. I should probably head over here and try and defend it. Looks like we're already in the middle of a fight. Red mage. Let me junction you. Oh boy. Well, I delayed it best I could. We had no one fighting over it, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised that this would be the outcome. Right, I might want to stop the suppressor, wouldn't I? Yeah, we need to stop this tank, stop the elbow tank. Alright, good, we stopped the tank. That could have been very bad, or at least it could have been worse. And of course, we gotta get rid of the minions here. They're a problem. Absolutely a problem. Even a 1 HP minion that detonates on the core still does full damage. I cannot allow that. And there's an oppressor going mid. I need to stop that. Oh, that's a brute justice. Even worse. My. Yeah, you all can live. Alright, took out the goblin. Well, if nothing else, no matter how bad a map's going, it won't result in 40 minutes or whatever, like worst case scenario in some of the from MOBAs, more standard MOBAs, I should say, since I'm not one of those people who's very purist with his genre names. As long as you get what's being referred to, I don't mind there being. There we are. We're able to stop them, but for how long? At least a nice thing about Gunbreaker is the limit break charges extremely quickly, so I don't really have to worry about pulling back. I have no idea how I was alive for that long, but oh well. This is absolutely chaotic. They have an oppressor up north. So gob tanks coming in. And there we are. Alright, Hidden Gorge again, we shall go. Hidden Gorge. Porksy. Isn't it adorable? I believe this is from Farming Reputation with the Pixies. Strangely, Numao in this game are classified as fey creatures, but Moogles don't seem to be. Well, I won't pretend I understand exactly what their thought process is there. Maybe I should use the mount for this. Porksy. Portly Porksy bears you to places. Is it to bears you places to the tantalizing smell of cured meats. Prodigious Porksy created by the Numao Lugang. For transportation purposes, fond of sausages, it often Spends free time in the curing chamber unless it's come to take on the aroma. While comfortable to ride thanks to soft curbs, expect regular rumblings from its belly. Siphon snout. Sucks up any substance with a great huffing snort. This is done for quests events within the Pixie tribe reputation quests, so... Main cerulean tank. Is this like... someone in chat was all, is this like Pokemon Unite? And someone's all, yes, but worse. Yes, but worse because it has a train. And I remember the train from TF2, and it was always hilarious to see someone would always get run over by it, no matter how telegraphed it was. Of course, you can do something similar here. You can use skills to stun people on the railroad tracks and such, and the train is an instant kill. Sadly, it doesn't get its own kill counter, though. Then again, the TF2 one didn't either, unless it had mods to allow that. Oh dear, it seems even the minions are not spared. That's awful. We lost 3 of those things that could easily have exploded on the tower. No mercy. Damage and potency are increased. Movement speed is also increased. Crap, I was hoping he wouldn't see me, but he did. I need to get out of here. Question is anyone going to jump down to stop me? Guess not. Hello, buddy. Well, hopefully they were distracted well enough to, yeah. Whatever, I need to take out these guys. They're following me? None are following me. Paladins have invincibility. That might be a little annoying. I'll junction him. There we are. I can end the limit break a bit early to stun foes if I have to, and that should help out a lot here. There, we got a gob tank. That should help us out a little bit. Let's junction our ally here. Oh. I see, it won't let me junction anyone currently in a mech. Alright, that's good to know. Yeah, I got some invincibility there. Yeah, focus on these guys because these ones are the danger. These are the ones we... That was, quite a while. Hello, Ellie. Welcome to the stream. So I'm a bit, distracted here. Alright, let's take on the enemy oppressors here. There we go. That limit breaks damage reduction. Let's see. They like stack their towers so much. Oh wow, brought in everything. Ow. Yeah, they threw everything up north as soon as they saw we were at their gate. Not a bad idea, that's for sure. Well, at least we got more soaring from the gobby juice and capture. At 2 Dragoon limit breaks fell on falling you and you're gonna die. Someone got nuked pretty hard there. Do, 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 do. Mega beamed. Oh, whatever. Managed to cause problems with their brute justice, and the brute justice is the strongest one they got. Strongest one they got. Oh dear, they're trying to sneak one past, are they? The oppressor's the one that matters. There we are. Their mechs are down. Time to head on north in order to help stop the mechs over there. Oh dear. Seems they could use some help. Well, they really could use some help. Oh yeah, I knew by stunning them it'd be easier. They're making a big push north, but we got the Merc, so that'll make our lives easier. I'll also grab the cerulean while I'm here. And let's go. Oh my. Hello, Mr. Brute Justice. Oh wow. The sky ship. That was a big nuke. But they seem to be ignoring the center, even though that has a huge objective there. And there we are. Sadly, I don't have much I can even spend all these wolf marks on, so sorry if the alert that I can't carry anymore is causing problems. Let's go back with Samurai again, then. The Hidden Gorge. Do. 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 Roll the Dice, Part 2. Achievement. Mm-hmm. Actually, well, I guess since we're on the subject, I actually did play Pokemon Unite for a little while. It was fun, but I'm not sure why they decided to make it. I mean, obviously it was a bit. I expected it to be a bit more casual friendly, since it's Pokemon. They expect kids to play, I imagine, but it still had last hits and other stuff like that, which surprised me. I mean, Here's the Storm cut out last hitting largely because they wanted to make it more casual MOBA, which of course makes it more baffling as to why they'd complain it wasn't making them competitive esports money, but whatever. I believe that card was from getting enough triple triad. Only managed to get some kills. That's what matters. We could probably skip mid, but we chased off the enemy, so not a bad idea to cap it if we get a chance. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought I cleansed the stun. Yeah, and you get resilience so that you can't be stunned immediately again. Yeah, the press is used against players. It's really just there for capturing objectives. $1 million on towers, 120k on players. Yeah, don't let it distract me. Yeah, I guess he still got it in the end. How unfortunate. Yeah, the way limit work is if the target's afflicted by Kazushi, deals damage equal to 100% their max HP, ignores guard when dealing damage, cannot be applied to there's Riding Machina and basically monster type foes. There we are. Took out the ninja. Yeah, I have to activate my shield here. Of course, the white mage from 50 miles away finishes me. Isn't that typical? Alright. Gotta be careful of wildfire. That's a machinist ability. Oh my, I see there's more. Nobody wants the gobby juice, huh? Well, I suppose if nobody else wants it. I couldn't move. What was going on? I know monks have stuns, but they don't have that many stuns. Wolfmore Lightbearer. That was an boundless dog. Would have expected him to be in Dark Knight. All their stuff is south, so as soon as this is capped, I have to heady. Northern Goblin Mercenary is currently idle. Oh wow, that poor ninja. He got completely wrecked by the train. Would definitely be good to get the mercenary on our side, so let's do precisely that. Okay, good, we already capped him. We have an oppressor. Oh, but it's not heading down towards us. Yeah, I think that one has everything on hand, so let's focus on here. Here, Skogul. Oh, crap. Well, what matters is I got a good hit off on the Brute Justice. Level 20, we're maxed out. Big push incoming. Of course, we've also got a big push on their end. If the timer runs out, then whoever's core has more HP wins, so as long as we can keep these guys distracted, I think we're in good shape. Yeah, the oppressors don't know whether they're coming or going. He tried to dismount, but still died. Here we are. There's a brute justice. There we go. The brute justice is down. I don't care that I died. Their brute justice dying is way more painful. Well, if the ninja's gonna ignore me, I'll ignore him and go for the ceruleum. Because we need to be sure we can get another of these. Alright. Ah, they have an oppressor going mid. Alright, good. He didn't get a chance to fire off his missile. But 2 Brute Justices coming south is really nasty. 2 BJs. Looks like North could use a bit of help. We're probably going to win by time at this rate, but we can't get cocky. I can and have seen winning games turn losses simply because people got too greedy or too complacent. And we win. Reminds me, can I buy the gear? I believe it's about, I think it's 50 for the mount, so I don't want to buy too many of these stuff. As neat as some of the things like the Orchestron roll would be. I should probably start collecting something else. Maybe collecting Orchestron rolls would be worthwhile. maybe I will spend my last few on return to oblivion. Oh nice, win or lose, I should level up after this. Easy levels for samurai. Blue justice. Yomu. I guess that's okay as a Toho reference. I would have expected samurai, but I guess as long as it's the sword with a katana, and there's a lot of katanas for all sword-using classes. Except, well, maybe it depends. Red mage, it depends how you'd count Tsukiyomi's weapon, because that one is a lot different from your regular rapiers. Alright, this is a mid we actually do want to fight. Quietus. Whoa, that didn't go as well as hoped. Well, we lost mid. I guess that's fine. Such is how it works sometimes. This is our oppressor, so if they're going to win the middle, then at least I should at least escort our oppressor to the tower. Oh yeah, our oppressors are here, so... Yeah, because the Sage didn't attack me while my ability was up, I couldn't use the instant kill for my limit break on them. Well, whatever. The more they focus on me, the less they were able to focus on our oppressors, so that should do some good tower damage. Although I should probably defend our tower at this point. My Sword of the Round stands out during these modes a lot better than the Seiryu sword. At the same time, I guess I can't exactly sit here. Steam release. Well, this game already had a Steam release. Yeah, too many people are ignoring the... Yeah, I'm pretty much the only one here. Yeah, you see, I might have been fine with that if the others were at least pushing for a base race, but that is not what's happening here at all. No one on our team is getting Ceruleum either. I'm pretty sure those... I have no idea if the 20 is from when I got it earlier in the match, and they just never got more or what. Wow, we just jumped to 8 stacks. Oh boy, we're about to lose a tank. Lose to a gob tank. Well, we have a new weapon. One new weapon online. There are definitely some things in PvP that I wish would take effect in PvE, such as how my melee combo goes in order, so I don't have to have a 1, 2, 3 setup. Oh boy, I see very few are doing anything to stop the oppressor. Wow, that's 2 flying dragoons. Alright, let's see. Wait, what? Huh. Avatar just disappeared for a moment? Now let's go back in. Getting a pretty good amount, at least. I do like how we've actually had a decent selection of wins and losses tonight. Maybe I should use a Seiryu dog to match the weapon. Then again, I do like the way the Tsukiyomi dog looks. Reminds me, is there a Nemesis in see? Let's see here. Looks like she's in yes, but she's purely in spin-offs. She's not in any mainline titles. Interesting. We got Tsukiyomi and Susano in Stormblood, but we did not get Amaterasu. We did get all four of the all four lords though. Seiryu, Suzaku, Byako, and Genbu wasn't a trial fight, but he was a boss in a dungeon. So sadly, Gobby juice. Might as well go for some ceruleum. That was just a drive-by slash. Well, no matter. I'm getting us some ceruleum, and that's what matters. Just two. Okay, just one more, and we can get ourselves here. Yeah, I think there's a few ways to get ceruleum, like other than just collecting the tanks here, but this is a pretty good way to get them out in a short period of time. Ooh, nice number. Load up, load up. If no one cares, we might have some fun capping. Oh, this guy's in the Garo outfit. I mean, I'll take a free soaring level if you don't mind. I should probably get out of the tracks. Whoa. Yeah, I can't believe we just lost to regular damage here. Darn it, I lost the limit and it didn't even go off. Well, I guess it was a bit much. Usually don't lose a tower to just player damage like that. I guess we were just ignoring them for too long. Oh, they're going for a big push. Yeah, these guys are base rushing. But I guess they have no choice. We're pushing theirs too. Oh, we got the mercenary. Not bad. Yeah, the ninja limit break got me. Well, if they're not gonna actually do anything productive. Wow, they just bailed immediately. Excellent. Everyone level up soaring. Alright, is there anything in here? Hello, enemy white mage. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see you if you pretend you didn't see me. I like when the glows don't go too crazy, but still are visible effects all the same. Cerulean tank. Don't mind if I do. And that is a Falcon Oppressor going mid. Well, that's all my bursts down. I imagine he's gonna ignore me and just try and attack, which is mildly annoying. You could at least acknowledge me while I'm trying to murder you. Damn robots. There we go. Yeah, they're all pushing pretty hard. I have never actually done a robot before, so you know what? Let's do it. Cruise Chaser. Spin Crusher, Laser X Sword. I did what I could. I've never actually used a mech before. It's alright. That was actually a bit more close than it seemed. Not bad. Far from the worst loss I've ever had, at least. Any other mounts I feel like using? Flame War Steed. Oh yeah, this one comes after witnessing the dazzling demonstrations of a War Steed. My two grand companies empty their coffers and their feet to the far east, each seeking to put themselves in advantage during frontline campaigns. This one had a bit of grind. Each of the grand companies basically just win a certain amount of frontline campaigns, max out your PvP level for your grand company, which for me is maxed out. Oh, it seems to be unstable? Crap. Yeah, my PvP rank is 50 for Lord of Flames, and it's been there for quite a while, so yeah. Main Cerulean Tank. This is actually one of the few proper horse mounts in the game. Well, I guess it is fitting for a Stormblood job to have a Stormblood mount. Yeah, see, we have mid. We have it under control. Wow, they all chased me in here. Well, I guess if they're all in here, it's impossible for them to be, Well, at least the good news is that means they were forced to give us the main cerulean tank and also are not doing anything productive, like, say, protecting their tower. Guess I showed him who the better samurai was. Well, if they're all gonna focus on me, I might as well put my guard up and distract them a little. Pushing south. Actually, I should probably defend north just because their oppressor's up. This early on, they can't make too many, so the fact they have one is a... If I can take one out, that'd be a big deal. Yeah, warriors inflict unguarded so that you can't use the defend command, which honestly I should be using a lot more than I currently am. Yeah, they're focusing absolutely everything they have on me. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, those cruise chasers south concern me, but fact of the matter is they don't deal very good damage to buildings. It's only players and monsters that they deal good damage to. That was what I was afraid of. Cerulean engine's been deployed. This will make it easier for us to get some robots going. Oh, we good mid. Yeah, there's an oppressor south. And there we go. Yeah, South Merc is fine. North push. Might be a base race at this rate. There we are. That was really not good. I'd best get some more ceruleum. Nobody, well, first of all, ceruleum 10. No. Nobody wants it. Oh, that's an allied Dragoon. I thought it was an enemy Dragoon. Level cap. Yeah, players won't deal damage to the base nearly as much as the machines do, so I'm not worried about those. For now, I should probably grab some ceruleum just to make sure. Our team has one of the Brute Justices, but it won't hurt to have some spares in case we need to deploy another one. Oh dear. This Brute Justice is going south. Okay, they're trying to hope I don't get noticed. I should have gone up north to help with the Goblin Mercenary. It's not a huge deal, but it's definitely something they can do to win if we're not careful. Oh, no one's gonna notice me doing this. This is gonna be close. Who won? Ah, darn. Look how close it was. Big old tears. I do wonder if all the ones marked in green have been quest ones so far, so I'm guessing that's gonna in some way tie the story. I'm not 100% sure on how they're gonna be tied in there, but should be interesting to see the finale here. Kari. Amaterasu God Sunny. Dead Hive Shamshir. Smacky smacky. Dude. 50 wins, 50 to go. Oh yeah, I know how that feels. Golby juice. Yeah, no one's gonna go after that. Yeah, with no team members here, there's no point. A little risky to do it here, but I can't, it worked. Can't complain. I tried to delay it best I could, but... well, it's the weakest one at the very least. How do we already have brute justice? Usually you can't get him. Oh, it's because we lost a tower. Yeah, I really shouldn't have, yeah, their entire team is pushing up north here. I should have been keeping close eye on things, or barring that, at least going for. Oh my. Oh, the quality's dipping in and out. I might just end the stream if it ends up becoming a problem. Oh, well, at least we've done some good damage to their base as well. Sadly, I don't think we can stop the Merc. But I can help us push south a bit, or at the very least go after these attacks. Hello, enemy white mage. Fancy meeting you here. I'm just going to go ahead and go this way, if that's all the same to you. Looks like I still did damage to it, even if not as much as I was hoping. Oh wow. Yeah, we had to stop that oppressor at all costs. Gotta heal up. Of course, the wildfire gets me. Oh, I thought I was dead from that. Wildfire deals damage based on however much you did to them before the thing how much you did while it was active on the target, so... there you go. Gob Tank is actually a really good one to get on our team, so... fingers crossed we can use this. to our advantage. Lux. The Lux weapons are the final stage, the Heaven's Ward relic weapons. I see some oppressors who need to be oppressed. Actually, perhaps I should go after the goblin mercenary. Yeah, he's about to spawn, so that might be within my best interests. Yeah, we have 50. That's enough if we need another robot. Time to get the mercenary on our side. The sooner this guy is on our side, the better. There we are. No one else even had a chance to get it on their side. Brute Justice up north. I do believe I should stop him. Hello, Mr. Reaper. Fancy meeting you here. Don't mind me. Ha! Take that. Well, if you really wanted to play that way, Reaper man. Good to push, but we also need to get mid because the gob crate here gives us a bit of everything. I guess since we took them out. My team came through for me in the end. Wonderful. Alright, this gob crate should do a lot towards helping us win. We're winning right now, but it's a very close race. A single good push from the enemy team will absolutely win, even with them being down to 9. Ha. Yeah, the burst of... Absolutely fear what a samurai's burst can do to you. Ah, wonderful. Do 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 do. Do do. think I've got at least a couple more rounds left in me. Do, 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 do. Samurai's burst damage is a lot of fun. I just need to utilize their buffs and debuffs a bit more. Like, I can use that shield even if I don't need to inflict the thing for making my limit break an instant kill on the target, simply because, well, it increases my defense for a bit. Oh, I probably shouldn't have put that link in my browser. Well, just a YouTube link, but I'm streaming right now. I have more important things to do. I'm a very professional streamer, as you can see. Cerulean tank is probably worth it, yeah. If we can win, that's basically a bunch of robots right off the bat. Phoenix Sand. Looks like the mid fight's going poorly, actually. Alright, even if the enemy's not dead, if they're forced to retreat, that's still a win. Yeah, we need to get our standard issue elixirs going. Alright, we won mid. Alright, yeah. Good, 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 good. Yeah, they can't stop us anymore. The ninja got me with assassinate, but that doesn't matter. We already caught mid. That's all that matters. Everyone got a huge boost to ceruleum. Seems no one on our team is collecting ceruleum, so perhaps that's something I should do. Especially while we have our advantage here. I guess to go back to the subject Pokemon Unite, I remember one hilarious joke someone Instead, this here lies my team. They never scored. I suppose it'd be within my best interest to head over towards the goblin. Sadly, since the goblin counts the monster, not a player, I can't use my ability to instantly KO him, but my burst should be more than sufficient to bring him down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh dear, I think I just lost us the goblin because I was too stupid to go away. Still, it was just one person. I think he would think we can handle it. I'll have to hurry to get there in time, though. Yeah, I absolutely have to hurry if I want to save the goblin, because it's not fast enough. There, damn it! That's no good, there were too many enemies there and I couldn't delay it. Well, it was worth a try, I think. Pretty sure no one's gonna care about the gobby juice, so I can probably afford it. Oh, huh, all of our mechs are alive, interesting. Someone's up there, I might be able to stop them by myself. Depending on who it is, of course. Machinist, huh? Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that was a complete waste of everyone's time, including my own. Now watch as I go up there and he simply ults me again. Yeah, I can't get there in time to stop him. Yeah, there's nothing I can do there. All I can do is Cerulean tank. I mean, it's not a bad one to lose, since again, Gob Tank is the least useful, but it's still a free level the enemy gets, plus their limit break is filled if it wasn't already. Alright, let's go through here. I see that South Brew Justice, and I'm heading over as soon as I am able. That's actually a lot of enemies. Can I actually tackle them is the question. Well, the good news, the machinist wasted his ult on me. Could have sniped someone who was not, like, 1 HP. Dude. Wait, what am I doing? The Brute Justice has to be first. There we go. Alright, looks like we got that one, so I can head south and start stopping whatever this is down here. Come on. Here. Oh, that got took care of a monk. Grab something, but I don't have it. Alright. It's almost dead. Yeah, damage taken from the samurai inflicted. He just left immediately and Ryu got it. Well, I guess what matters is he forced him to abandon that one and eat 50 more ceruleum. That is a big drain on the resources. Well, I still did a good burst of damage to him, but dang. Come on. We're actually in a surprisingly decent stalemate. Unfortunately, we're probably gonna win when lose when the timer runs out. Miracle of Nature, yeah, that's the White Mage Polymorph. And Polymorph can't be cleansed like most stuns. Might as well use this since I'm low on all resources. American. There we are. Yeah, we have no choice. We have to push north. Check out the white mage. How did that not kill, damn it? Since I died, it's time to defend. As long as we hold out, we win because our core has higher HP. It doesn't matter that they're technically doing better since I have a tower still standing. We win. Oof. I'm feeling pretty tired, and that seems like a good stopping point. Guess I should go back to where I started here. Like, no one else is, looks like someone's in the middle of Crab Champion, so I guess I'll go ahead and raid them. Alright. Well, until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.